Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, today with Pillar Love's Tabletop Games. Today's episode, courtesy of the Board Game League Final, Isle of Skye, Big Box. From Chieftain to King. The whole game is to have the most points at the end, and to that end, you're going to be buying landscape tiles, attaching them to your region, and trying to score objectives depending on the turn. As part of the setup for the game, you'll have your color, your token, your player screen. You'll have a discard token. The setup on the main board will be randomly chosen objectives, one to each of the 4 slots of A, B, C, and D, and the current round marker. This determines which things are going to be scored in that round, after everyone's done what they need to do. So at the start of the round, you'll get your income. Everybody gets 5 for their castle. If you have any whiskey barrels out there, and they are directly connected to your castle, then that gives you another one. Once everyone's got their money, everybody will draw 3 tiles at random from the bag and put them in front of their screens. They'll then take whatever money they have and place it behind their screens, along with their discard tile behind one of the tiles. You have to discard one of them. After everyone's planning is set up, everybody will remove the screens. The discarded tiles go back into the bag. That's one of the things we screwed up in the final. We actually removed the tiles from the session completely instead of returning them to the bag. So that's an interesting variant if you want to try it out. But the official play it this way is return them to the bag. And then, starting with the first player, if they have any money, they will choose whether or not they want to spend on another player's tile. You can always pass, especially if you have no money. So, not holding any money, red player is not buying anything. The blue player has 1 gold. They could buy this player's tile worth 1. If you buy someone else's tile, they get the money they put on the tile and the money you give them. And you now have that tile available to place in the next step. Well, this player only had 2 gold, but they're also getting the money from the recent sale. They could potentially buy the 3 value from over here, which you might as well do. There, I get the money, get my tile. Alright. Once everyone's had one opportunity to buy something or not, the remaining gold out there behind the tiles is lost, and the player who had the tiles keeps those tiles. So after the round of bidding, we've got the blue player with 3 tiles, the red player with 1, the yellow player with 2. They now have to assign the tiles to their board. And what you're trying to do is set things up for the objectives here. There's 16 objectives to potentially draw from each game. And for example, these ones are completed water, contiguous water completion, boats, sets of brooch, farm, and lighthouse, and tiles that are directly connected to your castle. And you trace back. So with that in mind, when you actually place your tiles, you have to be mindful of making sure the right type of terrain connects. So that works. That works. Those work. But this will not work because of the half mountain there. Something else you want to try to keep in mind is completing areas. Completing mountain areas, completing water areas. Some areas start out complete. Also, making sure whiskey can be traced back to has a path back to your castle. You're not required to keep roads going, but it just kind of makes sense too. So let's see how we can try to creatively set things up here. Yeah, we're not completing this water section, fortunately. So I was really thinking about it. Be trying to do so. But I want that whiskey. But the thing about the objectives is you'll have 3 opportunities to score them. It's worth noting this is the 2 to 4 player board, which will have 6 rounds. The 5 player side compresses these 2 together and also pushes these back a step, eliminating the 4. Once everyone's got their tiles in place, and there's no taking it back once this is over. You'll score the objective. So anyone with completed water will score 2 points. If I had chosen to do so here, I would have done the 2 points. But I think in the long run, the money is better. So nobody gets any points because this has an opening here still. This has an opening here. But let's see if maybe it could have been. Here. Nah, because honestly, being able to trace the whiskey back is better. Sometimes it's just having to throw out the opportunity early on to set things up for better plans later is what you need to do. So no points there. And then go to the next round. So the next round, we're scoring boats. But you'll get your income. Again, you'll get your tiles, and you'll just keep on until we hit the end of the game. Another thing that'll come up with income is on these rounds, for every person that is currently ahead of you, you'll get that much money. So red, with 2 people ahead of them, gets 2. And yellow, with 1 person ahead, gets 1. After this round and the scoring of those objectives, endgame scoring, every 5 money you have is worth a point. And any special scrolls that come up that are in completed regions are worth double. Otherwise, the scroll is whatever it's shown. See if I can find one. Alright, there we go. This one is 1 point for every 2 sheep in your region, your territory. So if you manage to seal off the grassland, let's see here, like so, because it's sealed off by the mountains here, here, and here. You'll figure out how many points you get, and then double it. So in this setup here, we got the 2 sheep, so it's worth a point. So it's completed, so it's worth 2. Most points will win, and then tiebreaker is most money left over. If there's still a tie, there's no further tiebreaker. With the big box, includes some expansions I have yet to fully explore. Druids. Add in the dolmen board. Stone tablets. There we go. The 50, 100 point tiles. And druid tiles. Basically, after the first buy turn, there's another one where you buy off this board. And instead of buying a druid tile from the board, you can pay 5 to draw 2 from the bag, and keep 1. Let's see here. Alright. Buying a druid tile from the dolmen board. The fixed cost, turn in the top left corner, as well as the additional cost based on where it is. So if it's here, you're spending 6, 7, 8 to get it. Alright. Stone tablets. Whenever you add a druid tile to your clan territory showing a stone tablet, you take the corresponding tablet and place it next to your screen. So you'll find tiles that give you special abilities, which will be detailed over here. So a chance to make even bigger territories and do other things. It's interesting. Tunnels. Blow that up. Add the tunnel tiles to the base landscape tiles and shuffle them. Some of which provide the whiskey barrels that are worth victory points. That are provided at the beginning of the income step. All other rules are unchanged. Let's see. Tunnel entrances. Huh. Okay. When placed, all tunnel entrances within the same mountain range are considered connected. So, where's the castle? There it is. Alright. Castle. Let's see here. There we go. Connected there. Connected there. Connected there. Alright. Roads leading to the mountain through a tunnel are considered connected. So there's this connection here, this connection here. Just more stuff to play with. Alright. We've got bonus scoring tiles. There's only 2 of them, but it's more stuff to play with. Finally, we've got Borderlands. You'll have a set of Borderland tiles in your own color. Let's see here. So yellow, blue, green, red, yellow. In the build phase, you can place at most 1 Borderland tile of your choice together with the other tiles you bought. Normal placement rules apply, so let's see here. There's the mountain one. Let's see here. Say, I'm trying to make this work here. There we go. So we got that set up there. We placed that. There we go. These can never touch a straight edge. Alright. So front side facing up stays this way until both straight edges touch the tile's straight edge. This happens, flip the tile to its backside, showing more symbols. So a little bit of further planning can go a long way. So you can make use of your borders. But sometimes you might just want to place it and then hope for the best. So these will form a complete area of a mountain. Alright. And that's everything for the big box. Why do I like this game? It plays quickly. It's kind of devious as hell. It reminds me a little bit of Container in the sense of you're setting prices, and while you could try to keep things for yourself, it's worth more for someone else to actually buy it. But at the same time, if you really need it, you pay the price if you have to. Yeah, Skye. The fact that it's just got all these expansions to work with, and it doesn't seem too terribly complicated to figure out, is nice. I look forward to trying out this game with the expansions and actually returning the tiles to the bag instead of removing them with future game days at our store. So yeah, Skye, check it out, play it, have fun. Thanks for watching. It's Pillar. See you next time.